Well, welcome to Hiro's ishizukuri season. How can ishizukuri have a season? Well, this is the time of the year that I'm down over here in the creek. You can see that, well, there was a tree there. That one fell, so I got to clean that up. And then I'm going to get this area flattened out so I could put my pump in there. Well, I also had to dig a little pit so that my foot valve will have a place to draw the water from. Yeah, it's a yearly thing. I used to try to leave the pump in there, and then occasionally we have these floods, and actually I lost actually it was almost a brand new pump. It went one season, had a 3-year warranty. It came and then washed away. Well, with no body, it cannot be replaced. So that was like a $1,500 mistake. Well, anyway, so every year I had to come down here and then try to set it up again. 60 years, this stream has changed quite a bit. It used to be very deep and narrow. Now it's wide and shallow. It's quite cold. Okay, a couple things that I do. One, when I'm done with down here, I come scoop up this sand and gravel and rocks and bring it up here. This year, what I did is, you can see that it's been underneath the tree. There's a pile right here. And then it's, well, this is sort of the raw material, and what I do is screen it out and then grade small, medium, and large. And then I found the sand makes a really good repair for my little walkway in the nursery. So that's what that is. Like I was saying, this is a start of the season. Well, what you see here was the first batch that I brought that I hand selected and put it in bucket and came back. Not the tractor bucket, but in a 3-gallon bucket, and then I think there was about 2 trips on this batch here. And then I really don't do anything with it, but I start to evaluate the merits of all these rocks. So I thought I'd go through with you what I do. Earlier this year, there was a gentleman that came in. He was all frustrated, and he says, "Hey, there's nobody that sells root over rock rock." Of course not. You have to find it yourself, right? Well, one of the things you gotta do when you're looking for root over rock is not to have a rock that rocks like that, right? You wanna make sure that it's gonna be nice and steady. That's not gonna work either. So maybe this is not such a good one. Or it could be. Okay, so now, see, this is nice and sturdy. You gotta remember that when you get done with a root over rock, it's gonna go into a fairly shallow tray, right? So if the rock is unsteady, then there's no way to secure it in place. So like this one here, only in this position does this work. And which is not bad either, because you could put the root here, and root there. Well, how's this for creative use of wire? Okay, so this is your root and this is the top part. Of course, there's no taper. We've got some movement there, but you can see how it fits in a shallow tray, and then hopefully there'll be one on the backside, or maybe even 2 or 3 on the backside. But those are the things that you are looking for when you make root over rock. Unfortunately, because you got the rock, doesn't mean you're gonna find the plant with the, I thought this was really good, but plunk, right? So what you need is something on the back side to make it stand up. Yeah, right. I got it to work. Something like that. And then I could put my little lantern here or up here or not. And this could be used for writing also. This presentation, I call it chunk of cheese. Anyway, this is, that came out of the creek also. It could be done this way, right? It could be done this way. A number of different ways, or we could use this as the base to build something on top of it. I'm not sure if this will work for, it might work for root over rock if you came up this way and then make it so that the head will go that way, right? So these are all the things that has the possibilities. So now, if you're looking for some that you want to make sure that it sits flat. This one here, almost, you could do it with a slight change in tilt. So if you're going to use this one, you could actually put a little bit of cement in here before you get started. Or if you use it this way, it's fine also, right? So that way, or you know, this one here, I was wondering, there was this slot in here that goes about 3/4 inch deep, and I don't know whether it's natural or man-made. Well, this one here is basically was probably used by the Native Americans in the past. There's a flat side this way, that's why it sits flat, right? And there's another flat side on this side that makes it relatively flat. So all these things that were tools at one time make really great ishizukuri. Well, this one, see? This one like that, it could work. This is okay that way, but if we get it to stand up like this, it'd be really good, right? So it's just a matter of combining rocks. Two rocks put together, and it comes out really great, huh? That's the basic concept around ishizukuri. Now, if I'm going to use this as my writing, then I probably want to put something more up front so that I could put my lantern. And then this being the front, I think the tilt is wrong. It's better that way. So it's very simple. I'm not going to make these because I still got over 1,000, right? But I'm getting ready for people's workshop so that you could come in and in your 2 hours, you could go home with some nice finished product that you put together yourself. This one here too, look. This side looks like a mountain range, right? But it will not stand up. But here's one that's flat. I bet if we put these two together, ta-da! See how simple it is? Just two rocks put together. It helps support each other. And I think that's the beauty of ishizukuri. We could take two mediocre things and make one great one, or 2 or 3, 4, 5 rocks, right? And then put it together and then come up with a new art form. And you know, as much as I like suiseki, it's one of the most difficult things. This one here, I'm having problem visualizing. I'm not sure yet, so I have this. Yep, this is the typical river wash, right? Kind of uniform. If we stand it up, it might work, but in terms of when we do bonsai or bonniwa, we could use it as a complement rock, right? And then hide it up to here and then have the tree here. So all these have potentials. We just got to use our imagination and creativity to come up with a solution. This one will stay like that easily, so we could use it in our landscape use. Trying to get it to stand up will require some engineering, but I don't see why it can't be done. It's almost there. Ta-da! How about that, huh? See? Now it takes 3 rocks to make it stable. That's not bad. Then we could do some writing on it. This one here, I thought if we go this way, it has potential, right? That could be a root over rock. Although this is rather flat.